T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
One more homestand as the summer moves along. We're on Long Island from Bill Edwards Stadium. The Orlando Monarchs take on the New York Rise on the All-Women's Sports Network. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. Alongside Adrian Clark, I'm John Perez, and we hope you had a good weekend. And Adrian, it was a weekend that the Rise needed very much. They lost 2 of 3 to the OKC Sparks. Some negatives, but some positives that they're hoping to parlay into a good series against Orlando.
Yeah, I loved how they continued to fight, right? They kept themselves in the game. They found a way to get runs on the board when they needed it. I look forward to seeing them capitalize when they get runners in scoring position and really making the most of those opportunities because they are getting runners on base.
Yeah, they've been getting the runners on base. It's just not converting the fielding. It's just been an amalgamation of errors. And the OKC Spark came in. They hit 15 home runs in the series. But this is a different Orlando team. They come out of the Women's Professional Foundation there in conjunction with the Atlanta Smoke as well. And as we take a look at their lineup, one player that really sticks out for the Orlando Monarchs is Matt Barbara.
Yeah, I mean, she has come in and being as young and talented as she is, she's such an offensive threat and is super aggressive. So we're expecting big things from her today.
Here is the rest of the lineup, led by Megan Wiggins in her first year as the head coach for the Monarchs. Dallas Goodnight is the right fielder to lead it off. Tessa Malaulu is at third base. Barbara, the DP. Morgan Smith, the two-way player, cleanup hitter, and in center field. Alyssa Garcia behind the plate. Julia Koutsanopoulos is at first base. Kat Rodriguez at second base. And Stormy Kotelnick is the left fielder with Kylie Sand, the shortstop. So if you're going to throw some firepower out there or try and collect some home runs, how about Carly Spade, a couple of dingers against the Spark?
Yeah, Carly's going to come in. She's going to bring the power. She's going to have quality at-bats, and she's so poised when she gets in the box. So we expect more run production from her.
Here's the rest of the lineup for Michaela Transu, Lauren Lucas in right field, Riley Blampede at third base, Courtney Days, the DP, with Spade in the cleanup spot in left field. McKenna Smith continues to be at first base, and that allows Sophia Nugent to be behind the plate. Good to see Jenna Laird back. Megan Houck came on, was a great replacement, but Laird, healthier now, dealing with the back issue. She'll be in the 6th hole. Sammy Williams at second base, Kayla Wadle out in center field, and that is the lineup for the New York Rise. And we mentioned this is the last homestand, so if you want to come to tomorrow night's game or Wednesday night's game, 7 p.m., you can purchase tickets at thenewyorkrise.com as New York sends Courtney Weiss to the mound, and it's just a matter of putting together innings by innings for Courtney Weiss and trying to limit the damage.
Yeah, you know, she's so dynamic. She has so much to offer, and she got off to a little bit of a rocky start in the last series, but she has the ability to bounce back, and I think she's going to do a great job.
She's got the velocity as well, too, but at this level, it doesn't matter how hard you throw it. It's all about location.
That's it, consistency of your pitches and finding the strike zone.
And for Courtney this year, 0-3 with 1 save, a 4.70 ERA, 19 walks in 22 1/3 innings of work. Pitched Friday night against OKC and gave up 4 unearned runs in the start. And she was starting well, got the first 2 outs, then an error by Megan Houck, and that opened up the floodgates to a 4-run inning where she threw almost 40 pitches. And that was enough to see for Michaela Transu. As Dallas Goodnight, the newest signee, will lead it off for the Monarchs. Then she takes outside for ball 1. Goodnight played her college ball at Mississippi State. She's replacing Alex Coleman, the North Carolina standout who's dealing with an injury, and she's got big shoes to fill, thrown into the leadoff spot in her first at-bat of the season. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Well, you never know when your number's going to be called. That's why you stay in shape the entire offseason or during your free agency period. And for Goodnight, she's done so. Check swing, and it's foul tipped into the glove of Nugent, and the count 1-2. Had a chance to speak to Tony Marie Valeriano before the game, said that Weiss has been locked in and has really been her own toughest critic. And you got to love that at this level when players can kind of police themselves and they're always looking to get to the next level, and Weiss is no exception.
That's it. You know, you can see when she's on the mound, pitch after pitch, she's kind of evaluating what happened and what adjustment she needs to make going into the next batter.
2-2 down and in. And the count runs full to 3-2 to Dallas Goodnight. Last time that these two played was back on June 23rd. It was on the way back up to New York for the Rise. Play 3 against Florida, and then New York beating Orlando 6-3. And Courtney Weiss gets her first strikeout of the evening.
Third base, number 24, Tessa Malulu.
You can see as she gets this pitch in there, she's hitting a great spot. And Goodnight just kind of like, a little bit of hesitation there when she tried to slap the ball.
So Weiss says goodbye to Goodnight, and that brings up Tessa Malaulu. One of 2 Malaulus on the roster. Tessa is the younger sister of Chloe. Hit .367 in her career at Duke and UCLA. And now the count even at a ball and a strike. I know you've been around the country, and this might be a little bit biased, but I can't think of 2 nicer campuses than Duke and UCLA, too, and good programs, too. Duke on the rise and UCLA always a power.
Oh, absolutely. And the architecture, the weather, you can't beat it.
I'm a sucker for the Gothic look, so that's why I really like Duke. But, hey, if you like the beach and modern architecture, then Brentwood's the way to go. 1-2 pitch, hit on the ground to second base. Diving stop by Sammy Williams. Throws the first in time to retire Malaulu. Put a star on that one, and there's 2 down.
What a fantastic play. You saw she was a little bit more shallow. She adjusted to the deeper angle, cutting it off. Got up quick enough to be able to make a play. Didn't even need to get to her feet.
Michaela Transu said at the beginning of the year that Sammy Williams was the glue to the defense, and I thought it was interesting that she named a second baseman. Now, you do want to be strong up the middle, but it's usually your shortstop, but Williams has been the anchor so far.
Absolutely. And when she's making plays like that and she's laying out and she's selling out in those ways, you need to have that on your defense. You need to know that people are going to sell out that way.
So this will bring up Mac Barbara from Texas A&M. It's where she played her grad year, grew up in Long Beach. Hit .366 for the Aggies, including 12 home runs, 21 extra base hits. Goes the other way and dunks it foul. Count 2-1. Weiss in her last outing got the first 2 outs. Now just needs that 3rd out in the first inning. And that's been the issue for the Rise this year. Is it's been a game of inches. It's just a matter of finishing those innings and not letting the floodgates open.
Yeah, that's right. Weiss she's different tonight. You can see that she's just got a little bit more poise to her. She's a little more in control, and she's fighting hard to get this 3rd out.
Barbara thought she had strike 3 on the swing and miss with the count 2-2. That's where you wish that Weiss and Nugent would have sold it a little bit better.
That's right. You sell it. When you see things like that, people start walking away. You start walking away.
And that's a little low on the count 3-2. Beautiful night here at Bill Edwards Stadium, a Monday night, last home stand of the year, and the 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. And so Barbara's aboard.
Now I bet they really wish they sold it.
Yeah.
Number 37, Morgan Smith.
And so this brings up Morgan Smith, the center fielder. Legendary career at Rutgers, a 2-way standout, played for the Chattanooga Steam a year ago. And slices the first pitch foul, 0-1. Had been some conversations between Smith and the Rise, and ultimately Smith choosing to play for the Monarchs. And now behind in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, and you can see Weiss relying on her speed here. She's a little behind on these last couple of pitches. So if she can continue to, bring that speed and change levels, she'll find a way to get her out.
0-2. Just a bit outside, says home plate umpire John Cambridge. Kevin Andrews at third, Mario Calabrese at first. And a 1-2 count to Morgan Smith. Off speed on the outside corner, strike 3 called. And Weiss strikes out 2 in the innings. Top of the first inning, we're scoreless. Rise coming to bat on the All-Women Sports Network.
AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com. With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today. Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations.
Welcome back to Bill Edwards Stadium as it's a 0-0 game. Bottom of the first inning, she's Adrian Clark. I'm John Perez, and that is Caitlin Felton, the Central Florida graduate who gets the start for Orlando. And Felton, one of 5 UCF players that are playing professionally and smattered amongst this foursome of teams. And Felton, one of the latest, 35 wins in her career at UCF, and she's all-time career pitching. She's on the all-time pitching leaderboards and packs a punch.
Yeah, she's going to throw a little bit of everything. She's a dynamic pitcher. She's consistent, which is what is the thing that she relies on.
Well, Orlando, like the Rise, playing all their home games at a college stadium and a college softball stadium, they use UCF. And here's Lauren Lucas, hitting .297 on the year. She's been hovering around that 300 batting average and would love to finish above it. And ahead in the count, 2-0. Lucas, only 2 for 10 against OKC in 3 games, 5 strikeouts, but one of those hits a home run. First year playing in the pros, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. And the count 2-1. Lucas has been up and down in the lineup, and with the injury to Jenna Laird and even some of the production out of the leadoff spot, not where Transu wants it to be, she has Lucas leading off, and it's been pretty good for her too. Now, I know it's a 2 for 10 series against OKC. It was a series in which New York just didn't hit.
Yeah, but they did find ways to get runners on base. I mean, I believe they drew 7 walks or so. So if they can continue to, have that poise in the box to take the walks when they happen, and then attack the ball early in the count, they're going to find that run production.
Yeah, Kelly Maxwell, 6 walks on Friday night, and then you're just looking at the other games. Amber Pfizer, a couple of walks. Maddie Penta had good control as that's up the middle and through for a base hit, and Lauren Lucas has her first hit of the series.
Yeah, great job by Lauren staying on this pitch and working the middle of the field. She didn't get all of it, but she got enough of it to get it through the infield.
So this will bring up Riley Blampede. He's hitting .406 on the season. And takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. Well, Blampede has come back down to earth. She reached base in her first 23 games of the season since then. just 1 for 9 against OKC. 0-1. Lifted shallow right, foul territory. Dallas Goodnight towards the bullpen, leaps and can't make the catch. She slams towards that bullpen gate. And the count 0-2.
Great hustle on her part. I mean, that just missed her glove. She got a good read. She got to the fence, maybe got a little too much of the fence. But great hustle.
And I know we sound like a broken record, but the wind tunnels here, and it's just if the ball's hit that high, it either dies or just goes out to the next county.
Or it wiggles sometimes. Sometimes it moves around up there.
0-2 swing and a miss. She struck her out on 3 pitches. And down goes Blampede for the first out of Felton's evening.
Courtney Day.
One-on-one out for Courtney Day. Looking to get off the snide. Courtney 1 for 8 with a walk against OKC. Defensively for Orlando, left to right in the outfield, Stormy Kozulnik, Morgan Smith and Dallas Goodnight. Julia Koutsanopoulos is at first. Kat Rodriguez, Kylie Sand, Tessa Malaulu, along with Alyssa Garcia and Felton. And the count 1-1 today.
Felton's doing a great job of pounding the zone. She is going after. She's getting first pitch strikes. She's putting, some pressure on the Rise offense here.
1-1 pitch, and that's outside, 2-1. It's interesting with Day, who got off to a red-hot start. Hit 8 home runs through the first month of the season, but has really cooled down powers numbers-wise, and the average has dipped. And for a pitcher like Felton, who can change speeds, how do you approach a player like Day? Because you know the potential, but she's going through it right now.
Yeah, I think you just have to, as a pitcher, you're pitching to your strengths, right? And sometimes as pitchers, we tend to try to pitch not to the hitter's strengths when really we should just be throwing our game, right? And if Felton can continue to throw her game, she's going to be okay, right?
Well, Day is A-okay with that walk. She's on, and runners on first and second and 1 down for Carly Spade.
And this is where the Rise want to be with Carly up to bat, 2 runners on base, only 1 out.
Spade 4 hits and 9 at-bats, a home run and 2 RBIs. Came around to score 4 times against OKC. And now with a chance to do damage in the bottom of the first inning. And sprays the first pitch foul, 0-1. 4-year All-MAC first team selection, hitting .301 on the year. 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. Second most home runs in NCAA history. A 1, swing and a miss. That's a good drop by Felton. Felton, we mentioned where she is on the career leaderboards at UCF as Spade tops at foul, and you think of UCF recently, you think of Felton, top 10 in appearances, saves, strikeouts, 234 strikeouts, and that's a very competitive, what is now called the American Conference, no longer the AAC as it was announced today, and she's up there with the best and a good local pickup for the Monarchs.
She absolutely is. I mean, she's a workhorse, right? She wants the ball.
Spade lofts it foul down the left field line.
She's eager to get after it. And you need to have that mentality when you're a pitcher and on the mound.
First year in existence for the Monarchs, and longest tenured player has only been playing professionally for 3 years. Low and away, skips off the glove of Garcia, and that's going to allow Lucas and Day to move up a base. Lauren Lucas to third, Day up to second. And a 1-2 count to Spade. Well, something that New York has not had in a while, especially against OKC, an early opportunity to jump in front. They were playing catch-up the entire series against the Spark. 1-2, just a little low, 2-2.
Yeah, I really love how they were able to get out of the inning without any runs scored and give them a chance to get on the board first and get some momentum.
Corners pinching in against Spade. 2-2 on the way. And just a bit early on that one. It sends it into the parking lot.
Yeah, she really knows, like, any pitch that is a hittable pitch, she's on the attack. Every time.
This will be the 8th pitch coming to Carly Spade. A scoreless first inning. And we'll have a 9th pitch. Well, the impressive thing about Spade, too, is not just the home runs that she hits, but she racks up the doubles and a high on-base percentage. And that's what makes her so unique and a reason why she's at the middle of the order and has been great for Miami of Ohio.
Absolutely. And you can see that, right? These pitches, a little bit borderline pitches, but she's fighting them off because she's hoping to get an even better one.
Pitch number 9. That's a fair ball. Little blooper, shallow center field. It falls for a base hit past the diving Sand. Morgan Smith sends the throw home. It gets cut off. And in to score is Lucas on the RBI single by Carly Spade. 1-0 rise.
She got a little jammed up on that pitch, but what I love is that she just fisted it and found a way to find a hole. Getting just over the shortstop's glove and manufacturing a run.
Interesting to see Koutsanopoulos cut it off because Morgan Smith has a good arm out in center field. But it keeps a double play in order for McKenna Smith.
That's exactly it. And you could see Koutsanopoulos looking at the defense and reading and knowing exactly where Spade was. Spade was still kind of closer to first base, so she knew what she was doing when she was splitting those runners.
And McKenna Smith attacks the first pitch foul, 0-1.
And that sort of heads-up ball is exactly what we were talking to Coach Megan Wiggins about. She talked about Koutsanopoulos being the glue to the defense.
Yeah, she said, I don't know the fielding percentage, but she has been solid at first base. And you see her behind the pitcher, Felton, and can really pick it. Smith pops it up, foul territory, wide of third. Malau Ulu towards the dugout, and it clanks off the top of the dugout. And Smith behind in the count, 0-2. Well, the legs have to feel rested for Smith, normally the catcher, but starting the last 3 games at first base, and in the series against the Spark, 3 hits and 7 at-bats, including a couple of doubles. Have to imagine it's probably a mental respite, too.
Yeah, you know, though, these professional athletes, like, they're built for this, right? And they know they're just eager to get the opportunities, and I'm sure that she doesn't care where she is, but that she's getting the opportunity to be in the lineup.
No, a true gamer is Smith, and a good leader as well. 1-2 pitch, and Smith stays alive. McKenna raising her average to 256, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. This is essentially her summer vacation before she heads back to Japan at the end of August, and hits it into the gap, deep left center field. Smith on the run, and it's high off the wall. Courtney Day is in to score. Spade gets the stop sign as McKenna Smith slides into second base with an RBI double. Her 3rd double in the last 4 games, 2-0 rise.
Great job turning on that pitch. She got all of it. She found the gap. Getting it all the way to the fence. I love how on time she was for this pitch. And I saw that coach, Michaela Transu, held up Spade, and I think she's wishing she didn't. There was a little bit of bobble there at the shortstop, but tough to really read that when you're sort of trying to anticipate where she is and what's kind of happening.
I'm always interested as a coach, and the softball and the college level, the head coaches normally are manning third base. When you've had a few runners thrown out at home, how gun-shy are you? Because that's what Transu said at the beginning of the year, but I can't imagine that, you're probably still a little you're holding punches at this time of the year.
Exactly. I don't think she was necessarily holding punches, more that she was reading and reacting to the ball, and she saw the ball approaching the shortstop, knowing that Spade was just getting to third.
Jenna Laird one hops it to short. Sand, her only play is to first as the run comes in, so Carly Spade scores eventually. The RBI ground out by Jenna Laird, and New York's put up 3 runs in the first.
Great job by Laird making something happen here. Shooting the middle, getting the ball exactly deeper where you want her to be. She had to catch it off of her deep angle, meaning that run was going to score.
So it works out for New York, but you're right. I'm sure Transu just didn't want to run out of the inning either.
That's exactly it. She knows that she's in a good position. She's got the runner at third. Yeah, and the runner doesn't know because the play is like right behind them, right? In other cases, when runners, especially these runners, see that happen, they have the ability to keep their stride going and not have to stop.
Sophia Nugent even at the count, 1-1. Spoke to Nugent before the game. She's taken social media by storm with her daily different makeup routines. I asked her for the inspiration today, and the quote was, "I just felt like it." So sometimes you just feel it.
Sometimes you just feel it.
Well, she's ahead in the count, 2-1. Played in the final 2 games of the series against the Spark. Hitless in 5 at-bats. That's low. Hits off the glove of Garcia, and Smith goes to third. Second wild pitch of the inning, unleashed by Felton. And Smith moves a base closer.
Yeah, these extra bases are fantastic for the Rise in allowing the runners to continue to be in scoring position.
(3-1) downstairs, ball 4. Second walk of the inning as Nugent reaches, and that'll bring up Sammy Williams.
Second base, number 7, Sammy Williams.
So Williams, after going hitless on Thursday night and having her 8-game on base streak snapped, had a hit in the finale, hitting 200 on the year, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. But Williams has the highest contact percentage on the team. She's just not finding holes, and her defense has certainly made up for it. Pitch below the knees, it's 2-0. So 2 pairs of catcher's legs on the base paths. And the 2-0 laced foul. 2-1.
Felton having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone here, and some of these balls coming off the catcher's glove, they're just tough pitches. They're tough to handle. They're tough to manage.
And that time Garcia keeps it in front, but the count 3-1. This will be the 40th pitch of the inning for Felton. When we spoke to Wiggins earlier, she had mentioned she's going to try and have Felton go as long as she can. But she said, of course, best laid plans often go awry.
Yeah, she also talked about utilizing her entire staff. At some point, we're going to see different pitchers kind of come into the game to really try to manage those matchups, whether it's righty-righty, lefty-lefty.
Williams hits it on the ground to third. Malalu goes across the diamond, and the inning is over. But an RBI single by Carly Spade and an RBI double by McKenna Smith. Jenna Laird brought in one as well. 3-0 Rise going to the second.
Phoenix Tube is one of the world's leading stainless steel long products, with focus on ornamental and structural tubing, as well as processed flat bar. What began as nothing more than the founder's vision, the company started from very humble beginnings in 1980. 40-plus years later, the company has over 25 production lines, as well as a full line of slitting and finishing capabilities. An everyday commitment to uncompromising quality and superior customer service has enabled them to build a loyal customer base. The growth has been further fueled by continued and heavy investment in state-of-the-art equipment and technology, enabling them to remain at the forefront of the industry. As Phoenix Tube begins its 5th decade, it looks forward to a promising future with the same commitment to the principles that have guided them for these years. Learn more today at phoenixtube.com. Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com.
Monday night crowd, and good to see local youth teams out here. The Long Island Rage have been, they're out here for the first time. Oceanside, this is like their second or third time that the youth organizations have been here, as Jeff On and the New York Rise trying to grow the game on Long Island and perhaps maybe scouting for 10 years down the road. You never know.
That's right. He's doing such a fantastic job of getting the youth involved and really investing in softball from the grassroots level.
Hosting different clinics with different organizations, and I think what's really cool about this league is a lot of the camaraderie amongst the owners. Sometimes in other leagues you'll have bad blood between organizations, but that hasn't been the case. You'll see co-run as the first pitch to Alyssa Garcia, chopped right over to Weish, who flips to first for the first out of the second inning. But it's cool to see, for instance, the Vibe and the Spark commingle with the Rise and do clinics together and have young ladies involved in trying to grow their game.
Yeah, when the young girls can see and get an opportunity to experience and talk to the professional athletes, it just gives them a next level of motivation and desire to want to be like them, and especially when they find different players with personalities, or maybe it's the makeup that they enjoy, but they're able to connect with the professional athletes.
Julia Koutsanopoulos hits a slow roller to third. Blampete charges, throws on the run, and dug out by Smith. 2 away.
What a fantastic job. It looked like she kind of got tripped up a little bit as she was fielding into her throw, but did a great job of hanging on to it. And what a pick. I mean, she got her butt below the ball, looked the ball in, and really helped out Blampete on that throw.
So 2 quick outs, and that brings up Kat Rodriguez, the second baseman. And Weish ahead in the count, 0-1.
And I like being able to see Weish with a little bit of cushion, having some run production after that first inning. It looks like she might be throwing a little bit harder now.
Well, blew it by her there. And the count 0-2 to Rodriguez, who played her college ball in North Carolina. Softball America first team All-American last year. D1 softball first team All-American and NFCA third team All-American, as Weish checks swing and no, says the first base umpire, Kevin Andrews.
She held back, but she almost had her leaning out in front. Weish knew she had that one.
Gets the sign from Nugent, comes home with a 1-2. Struck her out. Paint a picture. Courtney Weish has 3 strikeouts through her first 2 scoreless innings. 3-0 Rise.
Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations. At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today.
How about a little feast, some treats, Times Square on Monday night as Kayla Wadle will lead it off from the bottom of the second inning. 9-1-2 due up against Caitlin Felton. And the pitch poke foul, 0-1. I try and eat at a suitable hour so I'm not hungry throughout the game, and then I see that and
Then you're
all
hungry
goes out
again?
the window. Yep.
Do you have a favorite ballpark snack?
I'm going to sound like a 4-year-old, but chicken tendies and fries is the go-to.
Okay.
How about you?
It'd have to be a hot dog and popcorn.
Okay. Mustard, relish, raw dog?
Mustard.
Okay. Is ketchup sacrilege?
No, it's just not preferred.
Right. Okay. Well, here's Kayla Wadle, and not that anybody at home cares. She played at the University of Chicago. That's not the part that nobody cares about. It's that there's a different type of service out there in Chicago. I had a chance to go to a White Sox game a few years ago, and I asked for a loaded baked potato that had the whole works, the chives, the whatever, which was on the menu. And they're just so nice out there in the Midwest. And I'm used to having the food right away. So I placed the order, and as the guy is making, and he was a lovely gentleman, as Wadle skies it down the right field line. Long run for Dallas Goodnight and Kutsinopolis, and it'll go in the bullpen. Every step of the way. Would you like chives? Would you like sour cream? Would you like butter? And I said, whatever's on the menu,
Give me that.
load it. Give me that.
Give me everything.
Yes. So,
They just wanted to make sure that you wanted everything.
yes. Which I guess it's good to ask questions. That's what I've heard. You've got to communicate, yada, yada.
But you're also about efficiency.
Yes. 2-2 pitch. Wadle skies it out to deep left field. Kolzelnik is there and makes the catch. Wadle gave it a ride, but the ballpark held it for the first out of the second. So my tip for all of you out there, if you're on the East Coast or a few New Yorkers in the audience, is be a little patient.
Yes.
Different style out there. You know, you were a coach at Purdue.
Yep, I was. I spent a lot of time in Chicago, and one of my favorite places, but it is a bit different than it is here in New York. Also, they do pizza and hot dogs a bit different too.
Yes. Well, the pizza's more like a casserole.
I
It's great.
suppose.
It's just not.
It's thick.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
hearty.
There's Lauren Lucas, single to center, her first time up. And ahead in the count, 2-0. Lucas tagging it up the middle in her first at-bat is the former Shocker from Wichita State, now with 3 hits over her last 4 games. Head in the count 3-0. As it takes sign, and it's ball 4. Third walk issued by Felton, and a one-out base runner.
Yeah, you know, Lucas crowds the plate. She gets on the plate. Her stance is a little bit over the plate. It makes it hard for pitchers to feel like they can come in. You see her get a good amount of outside pitches, but I think that's part of her approach.
Well, and she effectively eliminates one half of the plate, too, and is daring pitchers to come inside
To come
her.
inside, that's right.
Riley Blampede, a strikeout victim in her first at bat, and pokes it into right field, a base hit. Goodnight fields it, bobbles it, but no more advancement from Lucas, as Blampede gives New York its 4th hit of the night.
That was a great job of Blampede hitting the ball where it's pitched, staying on it, finding a hole. You saw how the 3-4 hole was pretty wide. She had a lot of space there to be able to hit it in there.
So here's Courtney Day with a couple of ducks on the pond, walked in her first at-bat, came around to score on the RBI single by Carly Spade. Day has solidified that DP spot, hasn't played the field yet this year. And that really hasn't been the intention, or how she's going to be used this year, so has to stay sharp in the batter's box, and sometimes that can be a little bit difficult, right, for players that are used to playing both sides of the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. DPs really have to make sure they have the right mindset, make sure that they're, doing something to help the team in the dugout, because there is a lot of stand-around time, and there is a lot of ability for them to lose focus.
Day ahead in the count again. Hits it through the hole, a base hit right field. Lucas rounding third. She'll come in to score as the throw goes to second. It's an RBI single for Courtney Day, her 19th RBI of the year, 4-0 New York.
That was a great job by Day. Not trying to do anything fancy, not trying to overpower it, but just, again, hit the ball where it's pitched. You saw how they shifted Rodriguez a little bit more up that 3-4 hole, but just not enough, able to get it in there.
Well, it looks like we'll have an early pitching change as Tessa Alu comes out, and it looks like we might get some other subs as well. New pitcher for Orlando and a 4-0 lead for New York. We'll take a quick break.
Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today.
Jaden Vickers comes on in relief, the southpaw, trying to keep this a 4-0 game. And Vickers, a good arsenal and a good lefty, too, out of the bullpen, as Meg Wiggins talking about utilizing her pitching staff, and she's going to it a little bit earlier than expected.
She is, but she's prepared for it. She's bringing in a lefty to see if she's able to throw off the rise hitters.
Well, she's going to face 2 righties and then a lefty, Spade, Smith, and if they're able to keep the inning going, then Jenna Laird, the lefty. Felton went the first inning and a third. Gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks and a strikeout, and responsible for both Blampede and Day on the base paths. Vickers started her career at Rutgers and then finishing it at Kentucky. And ahead in the count 1-2 to Spade. Spade banged an RBI single to center field in her first at-bat. That got the scoring started. And Vickers trying to slam the door here. 1-2, a little low. 2-2.
Yeah, you can see the pitcher struggling a little bit to find the zone, a little bit tighter than they've seen some of them, so really making them have to work.
2-2 on the way. Chop to second, could be two. Rodriguez feeds Sand. Throw to first, not in time as a run scores. Blampede touches up, and that makes it 5-0 on the fielder's choice by Spade.
Great hustle by Spade beating that out and, you know, finding a way to score a run, getting it just enough up the middle.
First base, number 21.
And you could see they were trying to go for two there, but that transfer, that feed was a little bit slower. If she gives a harder flip, they might put themselves in a position to get that out.
So here's Smith, who teed one to the left center field gap high off the wall in her first at-bat. Takes a strike 0-1. Smith 4 hits in her last 4 games, 3 of them doubles. And just fouled down the right field line. 0-2. Well, the Rise recharging their batteries over the weekend and have come out swinging, and Smith keeps the line moving, a base hit into center field. Spade goes first to third as Smith hurls it into the middle of the diamond. 6 hits now for the Rise. And runners on the corners for Jenna Laird.
What a fantastic job. That pitch a little bit up on the zone, right in her wheelhouse. She stays on it to get that line drive up the middle. I was a little surprised not to see Michaela potentially keep waving Spade around, knowing that she didn't hesitate around second base. But I think when she slid into third, that kind of automatically made it a stop sign.
Smith has a good arm in center field, but you're right. Sometimes you might want to see the outfielders make that good throw and challenge them.
Yeah, and get that relay, right? She went right to second with her throw, assuming almost that Spade was going to score on that.
That'll do it for the Rise in the second, but they put up another 2 runs, RBI singles by Courtney Day and McKenna Smith.
With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out camwoodbats.com today. Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations.
The number 1 mascot in women's professional softball double play, razzing up the crowd. You got to get to the merch stand and get one of those dolls. It's a hot commodity here.
It is. Definitely a fan favorite.
And he's always making friends there. And double play happy with what he's seen. We have not met the defense yet for New York, and there they are left to right in the outfield. Carly Spade, Kayla Wadle, and Lauren Lucas. McKenna Smith, who's driven in a couple runs today. Sammy Williams, Jenna Laird, Riley Blampede. Nugent behind the plate, and Courtney Weish on the mound. And how about Weish? 3 strikeouts through 2 scoreless innings.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I think you're going to see her continue to get amped up as this game goes on, especially with the 5-run lead.
Faced 1 above the minimum, as it'll be 8-9-1 due up for Orlando. Stormy Kotzelnick, the left fielder, starts it off for the Monarchs. Kotzelnick, like Felton, from UCF. And hit 271 in 110 games in 2 seasons for Central Florida. Grew up in Carmel, Indiana, and now faces Courtney Weiss for her first at-bat of the series. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, 0-1. Well, for the Rise, this is the last regular season series of the year. For Orlando, they keep going. They face the Atlanta Smoke. Those two teams part of WPF, owned by Brandon Phillips, same ownership group, and they've literally traveled North America together. And whether it's Orlando, Atlanta, the Bahamas, in the Queens of Paradise tournament, which is great to see. They're trying to get off the ground too, and a good leadership group there that's trying to, I know eventually the role is to try and be part of a league or go up, but you got to start somewhere.
You do, and it's just, I mean, what a time to get involved with softball, right? At the professional level, at the grassroots level, but what they are doing with providing opportunities for there to be professional softball players is really amazing.
I believe I saw, I can't remember the name, as that's off the glove of Smith, deflects to Williams and flips it back to Smith. One away.
What a fantastic play. You know, she went all out for that ball, not quite getting it, but for her to recover, to get to first base, to be able to have an opportunity to get that out was huge.
Yeah, Smith knocks it down, and a good recovery by Smith.
Great recovery. She didn't even hesitate either. She knew she had backup to be able to get that out.
Kylie Sand goes the other way. Easy play for Spade, 2 down.
Right fielder, number 10, Dallas Goodnight.
So now second time through the order for Weiss. But through 2 2/3, it looks as if she's pitching a little bit more to contact and not concerned about striking out every hitter.
That's exactly it. And when she does that, she's at her best. And that's where she's got to stay. And controlling her pace is also going to assist her in staying where she needs to be.
Dallas Goodnight, a strikeout victim in her first at-bat back in the first. 0-1. Little chopper, foul right side. And Weiss had nothing in 2. Well, here's the big difference for Weiss. 33 pitches, 21 of them for strikes. And just continues to get ahead early. Corners pinch in the 0-2. 1-2. One-two coming. High chopper left side, Laird. Long throw, not in time. Goodnight has some wheels, and Laird got in front of it, but couldn't throw out Goodnight for the first Orlando hit of the evening.
Yeah, she had such a high chop on that ball, really executed it beautifully, almost giving Laird not even an opportunity to make that play. I would love to see third cut that off and take that.
There's Tessa Malaulu. Takes off the plate for ball 1. Grounded out to Sammy Williams in her first at-bat on a nice backhanded pick. One 0, up and in. And the count 2-0. Runner goes. Throw from Nugent. Not in time. Goodnight showing off the wheels in her first stolen base in a Monarchs uniform.
What a fantastic jump she got there. It almost looked like Nugent wasn't expecting it.
But Laird picks it out of the air for out number 3. And Courtney Weiss works around the 2-out single. 5-0 New York going to the bottom of the 3rd.
Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations. At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats.
Little showtime in Bryant Park. Not a bad place to spend your evening on a nice Monday night in the city. It's been fun out on Long Island, too, and a 5-0 lead for the Rise. Jaden Vicker starts her first clean inning of work. Came on for Caitlin Felton. And now deals to Sophia Nugent. And takes high for ball 1. Nugent, Williams, and Wadle, 7-8-9 against Vickers, the southpaw. And a little Kentucky-Tennessee matchup here. Wave and a miss, 1-1. Vickers, someone who works quickly, can go up and down, but has a strong arm and has the stamina too, and can be the long relief pitcher that Wiggins is looking for.
Absolutely. She, has the long levers. She has the stamina. She's not afraid to get up in there.
Megan Wiggins, the head coach for Orlando, she played 14 years professionally, played for Athletes Unlimited, and she said it'd probably be shorter to name the teams that she hasn't played for, as the pitch is outside 3-2. I'm curious, though, because I'm sure you went through it and a lot of coaches go through it, that first year when you're not playing anymore, what are some of the adjustments that Wiggins is probably going through, considering that her team, they don't have 14 years experience. The longest tenured professional player is 3 years. Skied out to center. Morgan Smith calls everyone off. 1 down.
Yeah, that is a really tough transition, that first year out, because there's moments where you want to grab the bat and get the job done, but then you have to step back and realize, okay, no, it's my job to encourage them, to empower them, to figure out how to do it themselves. And she talked a little bit about being able to harness both that player mentality and veteran experience into her coaching.
Sammy Williams floats it into center field, a base hit, and Williams is 1 for 2.
Center fielder number 6, Kayla
Yeah, she got a little bit up and in, got jammed on it, but did just enough to muscle it out to center field. And you could see outfield was playing a little bit deeper, unable to get to that ball in time.
7th hit of the night for New York, and here's Kayla Wadle. Flew out to left field in her first at-bat. And there's strike 1. There's no official governing body. I'm sure there probably are some rules and regulations, but I just don't know what's stopping Wiggins from being a player manager. Like, if she signed for that, now she signed for just being a manager, and I'm sure, there's no waiver order, there's no trades. So what's stopping her?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a great question. Maybe we should have asked her that.
Williams on the run. She'll steal second base. She caught a shot from the left knee of Kylie Sand, but shakes it off, and a stolen base for Williams.
Great jump by Williams, no hesitation. Gets in there, throw off.
First stolen base of the year for Williams, and a 2-1 count to Kayla Wadle. Pitch, one hop to second. Rodriguez on the backhand throws out Wadle as Williams goes to third, 2 away.
A very well hit struck ball by Wadle here. Second base has to go back, has to look it in. Makes the play, but the ball was struck real hard.
Both second basemen tonight have flashed the leather. Here's Lauren Lucas, reached base in both at-bats and came around to score twice. Single back in the first, walked in the second. One out. That's outside. And the count 2-0. Fouled off.
You know, the Rise looking to get another run on the board and really show how dynamic they are and can be when they get the run production and they make things happen.
It was a team that really rolled through the Kansas City tournament, knocking off the Diamonds by the run rule and beating the Vive. They won their first 3 games. Then that series against OKC really put a bug in the ointment, or bug in the soup. And they just really haven't been able to recover then. And series victories have been few and far between, 9-18 this year. As Lucas to deep center field. Smith turns around and it's gone! Lauren Lucas goes deep for her 5th home run of the year, a 2-run shot, 7-0 New York.
What a fantastic job by Lucas, working the count, waiting to get her pitch, looking for something elevated, and just mashed.
She didn't hold the torch. Let's take another look.
Yeah, that's a no-doubter right off the bat. Even Smith in the outfield knew. She just sort of watched it go over.
Here's Riley Blampede. Takes off the plate for ball 1.
And that's the tough part with Vickers, right? She has such fantastic stuff and spin and movement on her rise ball. But if that thing hangs at all, especially to these key hitters, they can do a lot of damage with it.
Blampede showed some pop, a home run against Orlando back in the end of June. That was her first home run of the year. Second year with New York, hitting .377, leading the team in batting average, and 11 extra base hits. 2-1 pitch. Up the middle, off the leg of Vickers, goes over to Malaulu and throws out Blampede. Nice job by Tessa Malaulu to field the ricochet and throw out Blampede. Side retired.
At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats. AZ Gloveman is Casa Grande, Arizona's quality leather sporting goods provider. Softball, baseball, batting gloves, and more. AZ Gloveman caters to men's and women's slow-pitch softball markets throughout the United States. Build your dream glove today at azgloveman.com. Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com.
Last round. There's one more YMCA.
It's been a party here at Bill Edwards Stadium and a lot to smile and dance about. A 7-0 lead for the New York Rise. As it looks like it's the Long Island Rage. Majority of them out there doing the YMCA, and the vibes are high here at Hofstra. Meanwhile, there's a lot to smile about for Courtney Weiss, but still has that competitive game face out there. She's thrown 3 shutout innings, only given up a hit, and has struck out 3, but has lowered the velocity, has thrown strikes, and that's been her best friend.
That's exactly it. She is pounding the zone. She's getting after it. She's fearless in her approach, and we're seeing what she's capable of.
This will be pitch number 42 of her Monday night. And a little roller over to third. Blampede fires across the diamond to throw out Barbara. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Fantastic job. Blampede knew she had a little bit of time, but also made sure she charged it enough to be able to get that out and make it look routine.
So here's Morgan Smith, struck out looking in her first at-bat. Much to the chagrin of Smith when she was part of the Chattanooga Steam last year. Hit a deep fly ball to left field that Riley Blampede reached over and made a catch, robbing her of a home run. Blampede won't rob her of a home run tonight unless she goes out to left field. So it'll be up to Carly Spade out there with Blampede at the hot corner. Sends it out to right field. Easy play for Lucas, angles over, 2 away.
All smiles out there on the mound. She relies heavily on the defense to make plays, and that's exactly what you're seeing. When she is at her best and she's getting the mishits like you saw to Blampede and then to Goodnight in right field, that's what you're looking for. I'm sorry, Lucas.
Here's Alyssa Garcia. Grounded out to Weiss in her first at-bat, and perhaps some impatient approaches for Orlando as Weiss continues to be around the zone. And for Orlando, this is where you can kind of put the pressure on them because they know that they have to be perfect the rest of the way. New York scores a run and then settles them down. The game's over next inning. So Orlando just trying to get on base. But good patience by Garcia, ahead in the count 2-1. Garcia grew up in Chula Vista, hit .312 over her career at San Diego State and UCLA. Fouls it off, and the count is 2-2. Courtney Weiss trying to throw up 4 goose eggs to start off the series. Couple of shakeoffs and now gets what she wants in the dirt. 3-2. Julia Koutsanopoulos would be next. Payoff pitch on the way. Released foul. We'll do it again. Weiss peering in. A big sign comes home with a 3-2. Swing and a miss. She struck her out. 4 strikeouts for Courtney Weiss dominant through her first 4 innings of work, 7-0 New York.
Phoenix Tube is one of the world's leading stainless steel long products, with focus on ornamental and structural tubing, as well as processed flat bar. What began as nothing more than the founder's vision, the company started from very humble beginnings in 1980. 40-plus years later, the company has over 25 production lines, as well as a full line of slitting and finishing capabilities. An everyday commitment to uncompromising quality and superior customer service has enabled them to build a loyal customer base. The growth has been further fueled by continued and heavy investment in state-of-the-art equipment and technology, enabling them to remain at the forefront of the industry. As Phoenix Tube begins its 5th decade, it looks forward to a promising future with the same commitment to the principles that have guided them for these years. Learn more today at phoenixtube.com. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today.
Well, the task is simple for Jaden Vickers. Keep this a 7-0 game and give your team an opportunity. If New York scores 1 more run, they get 3 more outs. They'll have an early dinner reservation here in Uniondale. Uniondale, right? Uniondale, Hempstead.
Uniondale, Hempstead.
It's really annoying on the GPS. Just put in Hofstra or Bill Edwards Stadium.
That's it.
Courtney Day will walk in a single and 2 at-bats. And takes a first pitch strike to start off the bottom of the 4th. Courtney Day, Carly Spade, and McKenna Smith. 3, 4, 5 in the lineup. And the count 1-1. Day goes up the middle, and another leadoff hit for New York. Second time in 4 innings that they have the leadoff hitter aboard, and that will bring up Carly Spade. Let's take another look at the hitting from Day.
Again, watching Day, right, just continue to hit the ball where it's pitched, not trying to do too much. When she is at her best, she is just reading and reacting to the ball coming in, and she's not overthinking it.
Michaela Transu looking down towards the dugout, and I think she's trying to get a pinch runner for Day. Now, Wadel's been playing. She's usually the pinch runner. But this is going to be Ashley Trierweiler, now the new pinch runner at first base.
Number 50, Ashley Trierweiler.
So here's Carly Spade. And the first pitch off the plate. And the count 1-0. Spade fouls it off. You still got Trierweiler, who's got center field legs out there and could move a couple extra bases.
That's
New York looking for it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's exactly it. And I wouldn't be surprised if she...
Well, that shot into the gap. Trierweiler can jog on home. A 2-run home run for Carly Spade as she goes deep once again for Spade. That's her 7th home run of the year, 9-0 New York.
I was going to say, I would love to see Michaela put Trierweiler in motion, right? And she didn't even have to because Spade just took care of it. And that's what Coach Transu was talking about with Day and Spade. The two of them have really just like, they feed off of each other. They support each other. They have each other's backs.
And it's been really good to see out of New York so far. And you could just see the frustration from the OKC series. They're taking it out on both Felton and Vickers.
They are. They came out ready to prove something and show what they're capable of in that fight and the dynamic abilities that they have.
Kenna Smith off the plate, the count 2-0. RBI double back in the first and singled up the middle. Should drive in another run back in the second inning. As New York has scored 3 runs in the first and 2 runs in each of the last 3 innings. Just off the plate, and the count. Or take it for a strike, excuse me. Count 2-1. John Cambridge, usually a tighter strike zone. But helping out Vickers there. And count 3-1. Smith, deep right field, that could go, and it's off the glove and over the wall, a home run, as New York has gone back-to-back, and McKenna Smith, with her 4th home run of the year, makes it 10-0.
Fantastic job by Smith of getting all of that ball, and good night out there. Wow, she almost had that.
Let's take another look here.
You can see Goodnight shading to the right. Covers ground, gets back there, but not quite enough. I don't know, maybe she assisted that over the fence.
I think that's just been the night that it's been for Orlando so far. Unfortunately, things just not going their way. As Alex Brown will come up to pinch hit for Jenna Laird.
Your attention, please.
Well, Michaela Transu has been trying to find a spot for Brown in the lineup, but the production has gone down for Brown, and then the fielding errors, so she moved Riley Blampede to third, but now trying to get Brown back into form.
Yeah, you know, she does a really great job of getting opportunities to her entire roster, and when you have different times in a game or when you're up by 10 runs, being able to get the experience is only going to help your team as a whole.
And that'll help as she shoots it into left field, a base hit. And so Brown, the pinch hit single. 12th hit of the night for New York.
The catcher, number 17, Sophia.
Great job. I mean, she smoked that right up the middle, and third was crowding in. I'm not sure why she was positioned so in, because she was standing in the hit the entire time, but that ball got all the way to left field through that 5-6 hole.
And so that brings up Sophia Nugent. A walk and a fly out. Still nobody out. Started with a single, and then back-to-back home runs by Carly Spade and McKenna Smith. Alex Brown, the pinch hit single.
The aggressiveness of the Rise hitters tonight is undeniable. They are not letting a single ball that goes over the plate get by them.
Nugent tees it foul. And the count 1-2. One-two pitch. That's off the plate, and the count 2-2. And Michaela Transu really doesn't have that deep of a bench. She already used Ashley Trierweiler, had Alex Brown come on and pinch hit, so she'll try and get everyone in that she can. But this week, it's been more pitcher heavy off the bench as Nugent skies it to deep right field. Goodnight can't make the catch. It's gone. A home run. The second 2-run jack of the inning as Sophia Nugent goes the opposite way for her second home run of the year. 12-0 Rise.
Fantastic job by Nugent on staying on this pitch and getting all of it. She doesn't even worry about finishing her swing here. She gets her entire body behind that ball, and it leaves the park fast. Good night, struggling to get back there on that one. Had a little bit more velocity and speed. Not able to get it.
New York had 3 home runs in their series against Oklahoma City. They've got 3 home runs in this inning. 2-run shot by Carly Spade. Then McKenna Smith going the opposite way, and Sophia Nugent testing Goodnight out in right field as well. And it looks like we'll get a pitching change as well. And so we'll take a quick break. 12-0 New York, bottom of the 4th on the All Women's Sports Network.
At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats. Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations. With proven day programs, routines, and expert coaching, Camwood Elite is the one-stop shop to improve your game or pick up some of the elite equipment in the nation. From pro-grade game bats to elite training, check out CamwoodBats.com today.
Only 2 more games after tonight against the Orlando Monarchs. Both 7 p.m. start times. You can purchase tickets at thenewyorkrise.com. Sony Halishon comes out of the bullpen for Orlando, another UCF product. And, well, she'll have a clean inning, although New York has put 5 runs on the board, 2-run home runs by Carly Spade and Sophia Nugent. McKenna Smith got into the act with a solo home run, her 4th of the year. And for Halishon, just get 3 outs and give your team an opportunity to try and score some runs next inning.
That's exactly it. You know, when you come in this sort of situation, you want to come in pounding the zone. You want to work to get ahead in the count. And if you can do that, you can figure out how to get outs. And that's what they need right now.
Halishon, 25 career wins at UCF, saw time as both a pitcher and a DP in her lone season in Orlando. Good slash line as well, hit .329. A 5.44 ERA, 15 strikeouts in 30 innings. She'll deal to Sammy Williams, who singled to center in her last at-bat, back in inning number 3. Williams attacks the first pitch and bounces it past Malau into left field, a base hit. And so Williams is 2 for 3.
Great job by Sammy Williams, being aggressive, getting a pitch she can manage, and driving it down the left field line. Tessa was just pinched a little too far up that 5-6 hole, not giving her a chance because of how shallow she was playing.
And so that brings up Kayla Wadle. Wadle trying to get into the party as well. Hitless in 2 at-bats. Takes up and in for ball 1. One 0. And that's low, 2-0. Well, you see the defense trying to pinch in against Wadle, and now Olaolu guarding the line at third. 2-0. 3-0.
That's where making sure as a defender that you know what pitch is coming and you know what spots the pitchers are trying to hit. And when you do that, you're able to better assess where you should position yourself, how shallow you should be, how far off the line.
And Wadle takes high, ball 4. And so back to the top of the order for Lauren Lucas.
The right fielder, number 28, Lawrence Lucas.
Lucas's 2-run home run made it a 7-0 game. As the outfield playing Lucas straight up. And Halashan hits the outside corner, 0-1. And that's off the knob of Lucas, and the count 0-2. I didn't see Lucas react.
Yeah, it didn't look like it. It looked like it hit the bat.
We've seen both of these teams not really good at selling.
Yeah, maybe some acting classes in the near future.
I had the whole weekend off. I heard they went to a Broadway show.
Oh, which one?
Wicked.
Beautiful.
Which you've got to see if you haven't. Have you seen it?
I have multiple times.
In person? In Broadway?
Yeah.
And how does it compare to the movie?
Oh, well, you've got the movie, the book, the play. All are fantastic, but I would say that the play is one of my most favorite.
That's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and down goes Lucas. Did you see it with Adina Menzel? Was that she played?
I believe the first time I saw it with her.
Okay.
And then the next time, I can't remember who was in that role.
Somewhere I know there's a bunch of play enthusiasts that are screaming at the TV right now about how great it is. I probably messed up some actors or actresses. And here's Riley Blampede, shoots it foul. And then the count 0-1.
Well, I have to say our dog's name is Fiero, which is after the Scarecrow in Wicked, so big fans.
I was disappointed we didn't get more Tin Man in Wicked, but I know how it goes.
Yeah.
Revisionist history. But.
And the second part is coming out, I believe, this upcoming November of the movie.
Well, one day down the road, that'll be just 6 hours that you can just take on a nice Saturday.
That's it.
Nice off season. Right? Wasn't the first one like 2.5 hours?
It was.
For part 1.
For part 1. Yeah, but there's so much that you have to include.
Come on. I love Star Wars. Come on. Come on. Tried watching Godfather for the first time on a plane, which obviously is universally beloved.
Yeah.
The first hour and a half, they're just at a wedding. Nothing happens.
Fair.
Two one on the way. Blampede skies it foul. And so the count 2-2. I'm someone hour and a half, get in, get out. That's it.
That's your extent for like movies?
I think so, yeah, because what can't be said in 90 minutes? What do you need 2 hours for?
Again, I think this just comes back to your efficiency. You like things to be efficient.
Yes.
I like to use a lot of words and have snacks.
Double play ball by Blampede and a nice 4-6-3. Double play ends the frame. New York needs 3 outs to pick up the victory. We'll go to the 5th on the All Women Sports Network.
Conveniently located in Rockville Center, Frank's Steaks is a refined but casual, authentic New York steakhouse on Long Island. Since it opened 40 years ago, Frank's Steaks has been committed to serving high-quality prime cuts of beef in a timeless New York atmosphere with a friendly, attentive waitstaff. It's this obsessive dedication to our craft that has led Frank's Steaks to becoming the local destination for special dinners and celebrations. At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success, resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today.
12-0 lead here in New York, and it is New York on top. 12-0. She's Adrienne Clark. I'm John Perez, and that's Courtney Weiss. She's been dominant tonight.
So dominant. I mean, she has not let up. If anything, I think she's gotten better as this game has gone on.
4 shutout innings, has only allowed 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 4, and she'll deal the 6-7-8 due up in the Monarchs lineup. Julia Kutsanopoulos, Kat Rodriguez, and Stormy Koltelnik. And the first pitch misses on the outside corner, 1-0. Some familiar faces in the batter's box and behind the plate, both Nugent and Kutsanopoulos, finishing their careers at Tennessee. That's a good combination behind the plate and at first base for the Volunteers. The Lady Volunteers, excuse me.
Get it right.
All right. I got it. Rocky Top.
Yeah.
Lady Vols, Pat Summit.
That's it. Legendary.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Kutsanopoulos. And the count 2-2. Grounded out to the third baseman, Blampede, back in the second inning.
Yeah, Kutsanopoulos really went after it on that last cut.
2-2. Check swing roller foul right side. Two to Kutsanopoulos. That's low. And the count runs full.
Weiss really working to get this leadoff batter out.
And you don't want Allie Light to come into this ball game. She's warming up in the bullpen. 3-2. High chop to first. Easy play for McKenna Smith. 1 down.
Second base, number 33, Kat Rodriguez.
Great job managing the count, getting that out. You know, when you're in a game like this, you really want to make sure that you get that leadoff out.
And so this brings up Kat Rodriguez. Attacks the first pitch up the middle and through for a base hit past Alex Brown for the second hit of the night for Orlando. Alex Brown staying on after pinch hitting for Jenna Laird. Shortstop for the Rise.
Left fielder number 44, Stormy Koltelnik.
Yeah, you could see that she was a little bit out in front and pulled that ball, but got just enough of it to get it up the middle.
So this brings up Stormy Koltelnik. Hit a hot shot to the first baseman Smith, and it deflected over to Williams, who was able to field the carom and throw it over to Smith. One 0. Just a little outside, and the count 2-0. Courtney Weish looking for her first victory of the year. Pitch number 63. Pops out of the glove of Nugent on the foul tip, 2-1. Weish getting the sign, the 2-1. That's low. And the count 3-1.
And this is where you want her to stay on the attack, right? And go after these hitters, especially where she is in the lineup. When you're at the bottom of the lineup, like, don't be afraid to throw a pitch over the middle of the plate.
3-1 pitch. And looped foul. And count 3-2. It's a good little battle between Kotzelnick and Weish. Orlando has to score 5 runs in this inning to keep this game going. Payoff pitch from Weish. And we'll do it again.
You can see Smith over at first base giving Weish encouragement, really pushing her to get after it here.
Always helps when you have an additional catcher on the field.
It does.
3-2 pitch. And that's a line foul down the left field line. We'll do it again.
Catchers just know what to say. They're usually always seeing the entire field and really working to manage everyone at one time. But specifically the pitchers, you know, I always say that people talk about pitchers being the most important position on the field. I think it's the catchers. I think they're underrated in comparison to the pitcher.
So much taken for granted, and they take a beating back there too. 3-2 outside, ball 4. And Kotzelnick is aboard, and Rodriguez goes to second, and that'll bring up Kylie Sand.
The shortstop, number 23, Kylie Sand.
And so now the rest of the infield out there to give Weish a little breather. See Smith a little emphatic. What do you think the message is there?
Yeah, I think the message is like, hey, this is our game. This is what we need to do. We need quality pitchers so that defense can make the plays, right? And they've shown that tonight. And so I think that's what the conversation is, like, hey, we're here to help you. Let us make these plays.
Kylie Sand flew out to left field in her last at-bat. 0 for 1 on the evening. Big Ten battle, Maryland versus Rutgers. Up and in, ball 1. Corners playing in against Sand. Pitch. 1-1. Fell back to the screen, and Weish is ahead. So whatever was said in that infield huddle, resonating with Weish, gets ahead on Sand.
Absolutely.
One and two, Weish to Sand. Outside, 2-2.
You can see she's taking a little bit of extra time now. I think she was moving a little too quickly before, and now she's working to control her pace.
2-2, flared foul.
And that's like the difference with professional pitchers. When they get to this level, they realize that they take more ownership of their pace and their role and what they're able to do, and they have the ability to understand when they need to adjust and how they need to adjust.
Pitch fell back again. And you're right, it's all about adjustments at this level and trying to not have a book out on you and try and be one step ahead. And you hear a lot of coaches say, be 1% better than you were yesterday.
Exactly, and you can even see her talking to the defense, reminding them where she's going to go if the ball gets hit back to her.
Pitch is outside, and the count's 3-2. 74 pitches tonight for Courtney Weiss. The most that she's thrown in a game was earlier this year against the Spark on June 16th when she had 77 pitches. A couple of runners on and a payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
The right fielder, number 10, Dallas Goodnight.
Well, Orlando's been feisty, but Weiss is not going to be allowed to finish this one. And the bases loaded with 1 out, and Weiss is going to come out of the game, and Allie Light will come on in relief. And so we'll take a quick break as well. 12-0 New York over Orlando. Light trying to lock it down.
Baker Air is a veteran and family-owned heating and air conditioning company from Long Island with more than 3 generations of HVAC experience. We value our customers and take great pride in our work. We strive to make Baker Air's goal to remain fair, honest, loyal, and reliable. Our customers are the ones who keep our small business thriving. Request an estimate today at bakerair.com.
So no pitching change. Apologies for that, and just a message from the manager and as a head coach. What's said there in those spots?
Yeah, I think what's said is like, hey, how are you feeling? Where are you at? What's your mentality? You know, if all of those boxes are checked, you might give her an opportunity to get herself out of this.
Line to short, caught, throw to third. In time, a double play, and the ball game is over. Dallas Goodnight lines out to Alex Brown, who then gets Kat Rodriguez at third, and Courtney Weiss finishes it off. A 5-inning complete game shutout against the Orlando Monarchs as New York picks up its 10th win of the year. And how about a gutsy performance by Courtney Weiss?
Such a gutsy performance. And I love that Coach Michaela Transu left her in the game. And I know maybe that's the coach in me, but, you know, just giving her that reminder that she's capable, that she's in it, and finding a way to get it done. The double play by the defense.
Let's take one more look at it.
Finishing it off with the defense having her back. And just like they did all night. What a fantastic job and performance by Weiss.
So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll speak to our player of the game on the All Women's Sports Network.
Phoenix Tube is one of the world's leading stainless steel long products, with focus on ornamental and structural tubing, as well as processed flat bar. What began as nothing more than the founder's vision, the company started from very humble beginnings in 1980. 40-plus years later, the company has over 25 production lines, as well as a full line of slitting and finishing capabilities. An everyday commitment to uncompromising quality and superior customer service has enabled them to build a loyal customer base. The growth has been further fueled by continued and heavy investment in state-of-the-art equipment and technology, enabling them to remain at the forefront of the industry. As Phoenix Tube begins its 5th decade, it looks forward to a promising future with the same commitment to the principles that have guided them for these years. Learn more today at phoenixtube.com. College planning is a complex, multi-year journey requiring academic and standardized test success. resume building, and sensible college selection, as well as application savvy. Our college readiness services are designed to help you start early, stay organized, and navigate the critical process with confidence. With college admission and financial advising and ACT, SAT test prep, visit methodlearning.com today. At Just Bats, our business strategy is simple. Get the perfect bat for you on time, every time, exactly as you promised. We not only provide you with the baseball bats and softball bats, but we also provide you with a winning experience and a promise like nobody else. Free shipping both ways, expert customer service, same-day shipping up until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, on time, every time, exactly as promised at Just Bats.
Welcome to Bill Edwards Stadium, and it is a happy recap, a run rule victory for the New York Rise, 12-0 over the Orlando Monarchs, and I'm joined by our player of the game up in the broadcast booth. It's Courtney Weish, who finished it out. Made it a little interesting there at the end, huh?
Yes, definitely. They were making good cuts on some pretty good pitches, so we just ultimately had to keep battling and ultimately make them get themselves out, which they did. Double play.
I have to ask you what head coach Michaela Transu said in that mound visit.
Yeah, just to break up their momentum. They definitely thought they were going to score, but I was not going to let that happen. So just to give me a chance to breathe, she trusted me with the ball, so she wanted me to just relax and get the job done and finish the game.
From your last appearance to now, what were some of the adjustments that you made, and what was the difference today?
The biggest thing was trusting my stuff, just remembering who I am as a pitcher, what I do well, and ultimately just relaxing and letting my defense work. They made some excellent plays behind me today.
Is there a point in this game when, whether it's a strikeout or a nice defensive play, where you can kind of settle down, or is it just on to the next batter?
I always take a deep breath. That's something that's part of my routine, so that helps me center around what I'm doing, each batter to batter. So ultimately, strikeouts are definitely a lot of fun. Obviously, they hype me up. They hype my team up. But just keeping the momentum on our side, making sure we're playing good ball, and a lot of communication was well tonight as well.
And then for you, the defense stood out. I mean, offensively, 12 runs, scoring a run in every inning, a couple of home runs.
Yes.
Sometimes I guess this team just needed a little bit of a break. But as a pitcher, how much confidence does that give you out on the mound, knowing that your offense is helping you out?
Yeah, no, it's allows us to do our jobs and not have to worry about much. Our offense came out absolutely blazing today. Shout out to them. The bats were on fire. Our hitters have a lot of fun when they're just also relaxed and doing their thing. So as a pitcher, it allows me to breathe, focus on batter to batter, out to out, and then lets them do their job, which they did effectively, and we get a good team win.
Now, one last thing. It was a good crowd here tonight, and I know that there are fans that couldn't get out on a Monday night, but we've got 2 games left. What do you want to say to the fans to get them to the stadium?
Yes, come on out. These are our last 2 home games of this series. It's a lot of fun here at Hofstra, and Double Play wants to see you.
All right. Well, they wanted to see you tonight. Good job, Courtney Weish. New York takes the first game of the series against the Orlando Monarchs. That's going to put a bow on this one. We'll let Courtney go sign some autographs and let Double Play get an early night out there as well. 12-0 the victory. That's going to do it. For our entire crew, this is John Perez saying so long from Bill Edwards Stadium. This has been a presentation of Fast Pitch United Softball on the All Women's Sports Network.